So I've noticed now that before, when I used to do my readings, whenever I would press record, TikTok would automatically pick a song, and it always matched up to the energy that I was picking up and reading. And now they've put back that annoying thing where all those sounds aren't available to use anymore. And I don't know why they do that. TikTok is so big and so many people use those audios, and it gets the songs visibility, traction, they go viral, things like that. So it does not make sense to me why they changed it again. So now I don't get those songs anymore when I do the parts, which sucks, because I always loved when the song perfectly matched with the energy. But that's my little whinge. So let's get what is the energy around this collective this evening. What is the energy around you right now? And then we'll get straight into it. What is the energy, please? Vacation, you may be traveling soon. Fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, you could be, or there might be someone in your energy that's one of those signs. But you might be feeling, I've never heard this before, but fired up about something. Fired up. Something you're passionate about, or something that's really got new. I'm hearing the word rage. Commitment, things are getting serious. So somebody who's in your energy, either this is someone that's on your mind, or someone is about to come in and offer you commitment. Maybe there's someone that you're not expecting to come in who's a fire sign, someone that's very passionate about having some kind of commitment with you, that is about to come in. What was that? Honeymoon phase. Whoa. Okay, someone is too full of themselves, narcissist. And you've got to remember that this is in your energy right now. So it could be, and you've got challenges to confirm fire sign and manifest to confirm commitment. So this is something that's it's in your energy, but it's on your mind. So we'll break it down. But if you could either already be in a relationship with someone, a fire sign, that you feel like is coming off quite selfish, quite self-absorbed. Because you've got challenges to confirm fire signs. So maybe you've had this person on your mind you've had a lot of challenges with, and maybe that's why you're feeling fired up. It's like you kind of a bit jump from one to another. It's like whoever this is that's connected to you, you've faced a lot of challenges with this person, which required you to face some things that you needed to do some healing within. But then at the same time, you're kind of manifesting a serious commitment with this person. And if your focus right now is that anger, if the thought of this person gets you fired up because you're thinking of the ways this person has been self-involved, then this person who's in your energy that may or may not have entered back in yet has been manifesting commitment with you. But perhaps you put them in the category as too self-involved. Yeah, move on. Someone is unavailable, a waste of time, it's over. So for that to confirm narcissist with confession on the bottom. So I think there's someone in your energy that hasn't revealed themselves yet, that has plans on coming forward. They could very well be a fire sign. You faced a lot of challenges with this person in the past, and they left a bad taste in your mouth. Someone that when you think of them, you just found them to be so, they have those narcissistic tendencies where it's me, my feelings always first. Take. Whether they were aware of it or not, if they've been brought up where they were kind of spoiled and they're not even aware that that's come up for a reason. So perhaps from your perception, this person was had special treatment in their family. They were the spoiled one. They would throw tantrums and get what they want, sort of thing. So you've been trying to move on from this because you can't imagine them being the kind of partner you want, because the challenges seem to you impossible. Well, not impossible, but too hard to overcome. But this person is trying to manifest commitment. I think they're about to come forward with some kind of confession, either reveal that they still have feelings for you and want this commitment, and that they won't say they're manifesting you back, but they are trying to manifest a good outcome here. But there could also be some kind of truths that they have never admitted to that they want to reveal. Let's just get one more for that. Yeah, so fate, karma, cycle, something ending for something to begin. So this is a past person that the connection failed. Well, not failed, but it had to end because the challenges were just the cycles were getting worse and worse with this person. It wasn't getting better. There had to be distance put in here. A separation had to happen. You both needed to part ways to heal a lot of things. But they'll be back, just flew out. So this person is intending on communicating with you. So this energy is a past person that you've heavily been on their mind, and they want to come back around to offer you some kind of commitment. I think at the moment in your head, you don't see that happening. So you might feel something's off in your energy, but you don't necessarily know what it is. You just know that you feel weird about it, but they definitely expect to hear from them soon. Okay, so let's get a bit more information on what this connection is with this person connected to you. What was this connection, please? Outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. So again, when you think of this person, you think of all the challenges that you two faced and how self-absorbed they were, how they just took from you and you never received as much as you gave, sort of thing. And that's what's replaying over in your head. That is what gets you worked up, fired up, and you feel that anger towards this person. I wonder if they're picking that up as well. It's like energetically they'd be picking up that you hold some kind of resentment towards them. So there could have been, there must have been a third party interference here. So this could have been someone that was interested in your person romantically. It could have also been a job, a friend, family members, but you feel like that they were seduced into, or I just heard people that enable their behavior. So if you reflected to them that there was things you needed from them to feel loved in the relationship, and they just always felt like you were criticizing them, so they went to the easier option, or they went to family and friends who were just going to make them feel like they were justified in being upset with you. But you definitely feel like there was third party interference here. But wedding rings, so a long-term commitment was promised here. It was promises revoked, promises of forever, of having a getting married, having a family. I don't know, all the stuff that you were promised was ripped away from you, and that is part of what you go over as well, the things that make you angry about this situation. Okay, mirror. So remember how I just said that they might be picking up how you're feeling so much resentment towards them. So if you're mirroring, it could be that. And as well, I said, if you were whenever you tried to explain to this person, whether it was in an moment of upset or whatever it was, and they always took it as criticism, you were reflecting to them perhaps their inadequacies, and they didn't like that, because especially if they're used to people basically just boosting their ego all the time. They didn't like having their wounds reflected back to them. And I'll say you'd be the same. If you ever felt criticized by them, you may have felt like, or you may have felt criticized by it's a communication thing. I'm even struggling to get out. Hopefully you're following, because I keep even cutting myself off and I cannot find the words to explain it. So I think this person, expect to hear from them soon, but they might struggle with how to express themselves. I think in this connection, there was an issue with how you express yourselves to each other as well. But for you, I think you see this person as a karmic relationship. Because that's to confirm outdated thinking. So it's like your limiting beliefs have put this past person in the category of karmic, that they're, and again, this is a card of resentment too. So you hold a lot of resentment towards this person for, I just heard the way they blew your life up. But there were a lot of triggers, a lot of turmoil in this relationship, and a lot of lessons where you've had to go within to heal things. And you might be in the phase of your healing where all the memories of everything they did to you and how they ended things and how they acted afterwards, all those things are like popping up in your head, and it's like fresh again, where now instead of being in that heartbroken phase, when those memories pop up, you feel anger and bitterness about how badly you let this person, or how long you let this person treat you that way, and let third-party interferences come in. And maybe there were other girls that they were talking to in the background. That's the first time I've ever heard that. Deleting messages, deleting calls from their phone log, things like that. Like emotionally unfaithful. So that might be one of the confessions. But the sword and the rose, clarity, truth. You want truth. There's a lot of unanswered questions, I think, for you. So there was third-party interference here, whether it was hooking up, flirting, getting attention from, needing attention and validation from other sources outside the relationship, even if it was family and friends. Or one particular friend, I just heard in my head, one particular friend that they held dear, that has really yuck opinions and views on relationships, women, how they should be treated, just yucky stuff. But you've always been wanting, especially when these things are coming up in your head now and you're like putting this jigsaw puzzle together, there's so many unanswered things for you, and all you want is clarity. Maybe you want to know if this person cheated on you. Maybe one of the things that makes you get fired up, makes you feel so angry, is the thought that maybe this person cheated on me when we were together. But you're wanting clarity in the situation. It's like you're trying to move on. You're trying to look at this person negatively so you can move on. But there's so many things that you have no answers to. It's like memories of what you did happen to you, but then there's things that don't make sense to you that you want answers for. Okay, what was this one? Lightning. So So something's about to come in unexpectedly, but I think as well for that to confirm wedding rings, it's like a ripcord. This was ripped out from under you. It was 1 minute everlasting promise of forever and getting married or engaged and having kids and a family to suddenly cut off completely, and it caused a lot of upheaval in your life. But as well, there might be some, I think as well, you might be surprised that this person even reaches out to you. Mirror. Mask. So they've been wearing a mask. I don't see this as you wearing the mask, because I think you are really sitting in all the genuine emotions that come up when you think or replay these events in your head. And you're, at the moment, it's like, I don't want to love them anymore, because you see them maybe as a narcissist or that they're very selfish, but this person's been wearing a mask. And maybe in a way you have been wearing a mask. And it might be unintentional, but either way, it's like you haven't had the chance to show your true feelings, your anger, your resentment over what happened here, because of the way things ended. And as well, you might have felt gaslit by this person. They might have been hiding a lot of things, which again is why you're kind of thinking there's so much I don't have answers to, and maybe if I had the answers I'd be able to let this go and move on. But you're not dealing with it at the moment. You're angry, and I think this person's picking that up. They're feeling that anger, they're feeling that resentment coming from you. So it's like they're kind of avoiding reaching out right now, because whether they know it consciously or not, they can feel that perhaps they wouldn't be received well. It's like, see how he's holding the phone away from him, because it's like that would be you on the phone screaming at this person because you're so angry at what they've done, and you never got the chance to get all that off your chest. You kind of had to just keep it inside. So that bottling it up has made you quite resentful and bitter. You're still very angry over this. And that's why this person, perhaps I think they are planning on coming in, but they might be avoiding it right now because they can sense that it's not the right time, which watching this might make you feel more angry, because you're like, I should get to say my piece. And you're not wrong. It's just that if this person can feel that energy and they don't have the courage yet to cop what they deserve, so to speak, as far as your anger, it would be pointless anyway. If they called you right now and you just screamed down the phone and they hung up, you'd be even more angry. This person needs to get to a point where they can cop the feelings that they caused in you. But anyway, so let's get how you view this. Actually, no, first I want to get how they view you. How do they view this collective, please? Blast from the past. So a past person, but root chakra. So this person has knows that you have issues with stability and feeling safe and at home. So if this person really pulled the rug out from underneath you, you might have shared a home with this person. And if they didn't make you feel safe or stable, and they know that that's very important to you, they know that you're going to have a lot of pain regarding that. Especially if they knew that you had some kind of abandonment issues and they used that when things were not good with you two. But they're reminiscing, they're looking at things. They might still have stuff saved of you in their phone, but they do, when they think of you, they want to rekindle things. They're very nostalgic and going over the happy memories. So that's how you're mirroring. because you're reminiscing over, well, you're not reminiscing, you're ruminating over all the terrible parts of the relationship and how they treated you. They're on the other side where they're reminiscing and ruminating on all the good times. But they want to make new memories with you. But as well, seeing this, when they think of you as well, they see you as their home. They see you as stability. They felt safe when they were with you. They probably felt the most stable they've ever felt in their life when things were balanced in the relationship. And that's something that they go over. That you were someone that they want to build a home with. And if they didn't provide stability and safety for you in the past, that's something that they want to provide now. So they see you as twin flames, so they know about twin flames, soulmates. When you know, you know. So this is how they see you. They see you as home. They see you as a stable future for them. You're safe for them. They're going over all the good memories with you. When you know, you know. So in this time away, maybe even the roles have reversed. In the beginning, when you were in so much pain and distraught over the ending of this, and even though they treated you so badly, you were thinking, I just want them back. And they were thinking of all the negatives so that they would stay away from you. The roles have been reversed, and now all you can think about is how horrible they were to you and how angry you are at them, but also yourself for how long you stayed, that you ever let someone treat you that way, and angry at them for how they've uprooted your life after promises of marriage and family. That they see you, all the good things about you. Where you saw them, seeing them as a karmic, they're seeing you as their twin flame. Healing. So they see you as someone that, if they can see things that you post, perhaps they're noticing that you have gone through a lot of healing. Maybe they've seen a lot of changes in you, but that you also had a healing energy, that you also needed some healing. But like I said in the beginning, space was needed here because you both had things that you needed to heal. Because the cycles just kept getting worse and worse. It was like the divine had to step in and create space here because space was needed for you to go through these things. And look, a new beginning. They want a new beginning with you. And when I look at that as well, it's like stepping stones. Each step towards your healing is getting you closer to a better life, a happier life. They also feel like through healing that this can come back together. Yeah, transformation. So they might have seen you go through a glow up. You might be, the things that they can see, whatever they do have access to, they can see that you've changed and transformed in some way. And for that to confirm root chakra, it's like you have created your own stability for yourself since this has ended, and they can see that. You've had to make your own safe home again after they blew it up, so to speak. They've seen you transform your life. You perhaps went into your cocoon for a while, disappeared for a while because you were having to go through all the pain and hurt and trauma of it all. And then you've kind of popped back up again, looking different, acting different, talking different maybe. And you, from what can be perceived, you seem like you've got it all together and you've transformed your life despite what this person put you through. Okay, abandonment. So they are going over it. They're going over how their emotional immaturity caused them to abandon you. And family on the bottom. So I see that as, I'm hearing both for this, that their family is a big interference here, but that they want a family with you. And they did, building a family together is what was talked about in your past connection before it was ripped away. So another part of it is that this person made promises to you and then revoked them. And that's something that they go over. But imagining too, if you two were still together, where would you be now? Would you already have a little family together? Where would you have a house? Would you be married? Like where would you be in life if you two had stuck it out and were still together now? It's like I'm hearing someone who wants to make up for lost time, but there could be an age gap here, a big age gap, whether it's you're the older one and they're the younger one or vice versa. But they know that you had abandonment issues. And they also abandoned you. 555, transformation. This person is going over how they abandoned you, how they ended things, how they treated you, and how they blew up your life. I keep hearing blew up your life. So you might have left a job. You might have left your home to be with them. You might have moved away for them. There's things here that made you really have to start from the bottom again. And so that is another reason why they're seeing such a huge transformation. You've created another home for yourself, really rebuilt yourself after the devastation of what happened here. For this to come under memories, they're heavily going over how they abandoned you, and either an age gap or how poorly they handled this situation because of their emotional immaturity, especially when it comes to broken promises. Twin flames, or betrayal. Again, things that you don't have answers to, lies, deceit, secrets. There's things that they were shady about, things, again, wearing a mask. Maybe as well, for that to confirm twin flames, you might have even called them your twin flame in the past, and they felt like you were using that label to like make the relationship something it wasn't. But then again, if they made promises of marriage and family and stuff, and they kind of blew up your life, I don't see how they would feel like you put the label on it to confuse things. There's something around the label of twin flames being... I'm seeing that mask as them. You two might have even talked about being twin flames, but then they made up in their mind. They lied to themselves about how deep this connection was, because, like I said, the cycles kept getting worse and worse, and they just saw it as toxic. How you're seeing it now, they're seeing the other side of it. They're not lying to themselves anymore. They've gone from lying to themselves to being like, no, I do actually truly love this person. When you know, you know. And as well, they might be going over, maybe you lied about something and then something that you revealed to them, but I think that there's a lot of things that you know that haven't been revealed to you yet. But this is how they see you. So they see you as their twin, but there's some kind of deceit here around that. The one. Under healing. It's like they see you. They know you're the one. They've got twin flames and the one. They see you as home. They're romanticizing things now. They're in hurt right now because they're missing out on having you in their life. Whereas before, they were imagining all the worst, or they were reminding themselves of all the negatives so that they would stay away. But again, roles have been reversed now. You're thinking that way, and they're thinking, I want to be with this person. And then you've got expecting on the bottom. So maybe you two did share a pregnancy. I just heard this as well with this betrayal card. I'm hearing this person, it's like they're in their mind, they're thinking, what the F did I do to this person? This person's my twin, they're the one. And I betrayed them. I think there's something, because you did get that confession card. I think there's some things that you don't know yet. And it could even be how much this close friend was involved in the demise of this, or the ending of this, or I think there's things that your intuition told you, but maybe this person denied those things. And you never got real clarity. They never really came clean about some things. But in my head, I'm hearing, what the F did I do? This is my twin flame. I behaved so poorly. Because this bottom row is like, despite the way they've treated you, you've transformed into this butterfly. You've changed mind, body, and spirit. But as well, this is making me think that they want a family with you. They want to grow a family with you. But as well, there's something about that family card before as well. Their family are too much of an influence here. But because it didn't come out, I want to say maybe this person isn't really fully aware of that yet. Like they don't realize how impressionable they are when it comes to their family. Okay. What lies beneath? And then we'll get how you view them. Caution. So this is what's going on that you don't know. Getting played, manipulation, lies, control. So this is what's going on at the moment that you're not aware of. So as in, on their side of the fence, what's happening. So there's something where getting played. Something around family and friends where they're being very careful right now because they're realizing, I think, you know how I said in that part about there's something around how heavily their friends and family were involved here, and how they enable your person. It's almost as if they're starting to see how they've been played here. Especially if they're thinking, what the F have I done? I've lost my twin flame, the person that your phone might be about to blow up, because my phone is getting so many messages right now. It's actually irritating me now. But again, I think I'm picking up your energy. The way that this person tries to express themselves might irritate you. If you get a message from this person or an email or a letter or whatever, and the way they word it just ticks you off, because it's not going to properly explain, or it might even sound like they're avoiding accountability and using a lot of excuses for their behavior instead of just apologizing and taking accountability. But there's something about getting played here and being manipulated by their surroundings, and I think they're feeling very cautious right now. I just heard licking their wounds, so maybe they've gone into isolation. Don't want to hear it. So again, if they have people around them that have manipulated them and made them feel like they were in control, but really the people around them, their family and friends, were really pulling the strings the whole time, but they didn't want to hear it. It's like, so for example, if they told you that their mum said something about you And then when you went to defend yourself, they go, don't talk about my mum, like they didn't want to hear it, even though they were putting you down. They can't not see it now. This says don't want to hear it, but I think that they have been forced to hear it. I think they're seeing through all the lies and the manipulation and the control here. It's like the people around them gave them the illusion that they were the one that was in control, but it was like a long game. Family are very good at that. Yeah, anger management. I think this person's been working on their anger management. I did one in my car earlier today where it was like if this person was cruel and cut you off cold, like they detach very coldly and you're sitting there crying and in pain, and they become nasty and attack your character, or they might take off and disappear for hours or overnight and leave you feeling scared and alone. I think that they're reflecting on this. Their outbursts, their anger management is a big thing here for this person. And for that to come under caution, this person knows that it's an issue for them that they need to deal with. Getting played. Fighting for what you love. Claiming what's yours. Love is a battlefield. So they do see how people have played a part in them losing you. And that's not to say they don't need to take accountability, because they chose to be blind to it. Again, emotional immaturity, lack of self-awareness. If they weren't willing to see at the time that their family and friends were too heavily involved in this, I'm hearing as well someone that told you not to go tell everyone your problems, but that's because that's what they were doing. Someone that projects. So anything they accused you of, they were telling on themselves, basically. They didn't fight for what they love. They got played. They were manipulated and controlled into not fighting for you. They might have even made you out to be the problem. And then they were all only surrounded by other people that made you out to be the problem. You have to go. When they were the reason, the people that they already had in their life were the reason they act the way they do. Does that make sense? They want to fight for what they see it now. I think they really do see it now. They see how they got played. And that instead of fighting for you like they should and to protect you from these people, they lent into it and made it worse. Emotional intelligence. Wow, I think this person has gone from don't want to hear it and being easily manipulated and controlled to now maybe they had an outburst. Maybe that something came to light where they suddenly realized and they put all the pieces together. Like how you're trying to put all the pieces together and there's things you don't have answers for and you've got all this anger towards this person. Perhaps something's just happened in their life where they're suddenly seeing things clear as day. And the person they should have fought for, you, they dumped you and went to the people that were manipulating and controlling them. And that also caused them a lot of anger here. But now they want to claim you. Don't want to hear it. Police. So maybe there was a big situation here. Kicked to the curb. I just heard the word kerfuffle. So weird, I don't really use that word, but there was a kerfuffle here. Maybe police were called, or maybe they got out of a situation by the skin of their nose. Or they were around someone that caused them to make some really silly decisions. And then yeah, maybe they got kicked to the curb by some people and it caused them to reflect on things. But either way, the main thing here is that whatever has happened in their life since you, has blown up, which might be karma for the fact they blew up your life, and now they want to come in and fight for you. But perhaps it's also about the fact that they might not know how to express that yet, because if you've made that promise before, how can you make it and then prove that you actually are going to follow through with it this time and not break that promise again? There's not much you can say when it comes to that. It has to be time and action and building a strong foundation again and building that trust again. All right, so let's first see how you view them, and then we'll get into potential future or what's coming next. Or how does this collective see them? Courage. Lion. So maybe they're a Leo, but bravery, determination, persistence. Potential. You see them as having the potential to be courageous, to be that ferocious lion that can protect you. You also, because if this is how you're viewing them, it's like they would have to have some serious determination towards you for you to open that door again. And something about his eyes, maybe there's something about their eyes that really mesmerize you. I've never noticed that before, but the eyes are really standing out to me. Maybe they kind of, you know how some people have those features where they look like, you know, those things where they show owners that look like their dogs. Maybe this person kind of looks like a lion, but you see them as wow, that's kind of interesting considering how angry you are. I think though this is, because this is sovereignty, it's like royalty, like you see them as being divine when they're in balance, but as well, king of the jungle I just heard, but the lion's the king of the pride, isn't he? Pride might have been an issue here as well. It's like you believe this person could be a great leader and can be quite ferocious and protective and loyal when they're in balance and when they're true when they're in balance, when they're truly sitting in their divinity. It's like this is the side of them you saw that you fell in love with. Music, so maybe you really connect to them through music. Maybe you had maybe you shared playlists, or just in general you might have just had a lot of songs that were like your songs together, so whenever that comes on you get lost in the memories of them. But then I'm seeing as well someone that's like, when those memories come up for you, immediately your mind things pop into your head that remind you of the worst times. Yeah, control. So you're quite tapped in. You actually, when you think of them, you feel like they were very controlled. So again, family, friends, or a friend. I really specifically heard one single friend that they hold dear, that they would follow anywhere, and they're not someone that has very good views. It's not someone that this person should listen to. You feel like they were puppeteered by this person, or are. If you're in no contact with this person, which I believe you aren't, you would be under the impression that they're still very controlled by this person, and maybe something has happened that you're not aware of, that your person has woken up to how they've been played by this close friend. But I think family and this friend have really been a big part in this person's life, that they've been puppeted by, that they were resisting seeing things clearly, resisting seeing how controlled they were by these people. And it's like if they could just break free, you felt like if they would just see what I see and break free from these people, they can be this, because you've seen this in them. You've seen that they can be this. But for whatever reason, those people still had their claws in this person. They need to cut the apron strings. And I just heard that blood is thicker than water. And if you've watched me for a long time, you know that when I talk about blood being thicker than water, it's a bullshit manipulative tactic that families use, parents, siblings use, to be like, you have to put us above everyone else. And it's just not true. The original saying is blood is thicker than the water of the womb, because the blood shed in battle created bonding with their fellow soldiers that was stronger than their relationship to their mother, stronger than the womb, waters of the womb. And as well, if they want a family with you, if they see you as their twin flame, they see you as the one, they want to have a family, have a future with you, and they want to make these promises, they have to cut the apron strings. I think as well, in a lot of cultures too, it's like, let's use mums for example. The mum thinks that they have to be above the wife, but it's like all that stuff that they may or may not be controlled by, I think they're seeing through it now. But you don't know that. You still feel like they're controlled by these people. Green light. So it's like if this person comes in bravely and persists with you, it really shows their courage and determination towards this, you would give them the green light. It's like you need to see them in that energy to give them the time of day. You got rage too. So you both know. Rage was a problem here for them. And I said that in the beginning. I kept hearing the word rage. So anger management is a thing here. I think that you see them as someone that when they're triggered, they're hot-headed and angry, and their temper was a detriment to this connection. But even in their whole life, they might struggle taking criticism from anyone, which will cause them problems in work as well. Like if they kept going from job to job to job because they can't handle being told what to do. So it wasn't just something where if they were triggered emotionally in the relationship and would be quite cruel and cold towards you, it also happened in other areas of their life. So if they couldn't seem to hold down a job and things like that, because it's like, God, you'd hate to see them get in trouble with the law if they struggle with authority. But that's to confirm sovereignty. So again, when they're in balance, you've seen that they can control that rage, that they can balance those emotions. But when they're not in their sovereignty, that just goes out the window and they become this. So it's, again, this control and this rage, the control of the people in their life, the people in their life that have control over them, and this rage, I think, were the biggest detriments in this connection. Music. Focus. Distractions, reevaluate attention. So that to me just confirms how I said, when music stirs up emotions in you of love for this person, immediately your mind switches to all the negative sides of this person and it refocuses you, like you just feel that anger and resentment towards them. So it's like the initial feelings that the music brought up for you, as in loving feelings, you immediately snap back into focusing on the negatives and reevaluating what the hell you ever saw in this person. Control, surprise call. So I think that you can feel that they're about to come in. But as well, for that to confirm control, they might talk about how they've seen although I'm seeing, because if you might think they're resisting, you might feel like your intuition might be telling you this person wants to call you, or you might be waiting for a call, or you keep thinking you're about to be surprised by a call from them and it just never happens, and then you get annoyed, and that makes you annoyed because you keep thinking, why do I keep feeling like they're about to come in and then they don't? Like, what is that? And it gets you annoyed. But there might have been contact through social DMs. But it's like you can feel their energy just like they can feel yours. Again, mirroring. But you didn't get twin flame here. So I think you still think, how did I see this person as a twin when they treated me so badly? They must be a karmic. But some part of you still holds on to hope that this is fated and it's written in the stars, and that they will get past this controlling, the people that are controlling them in life, and will come forwards with some kind of call. Which, again, if they've done the healing work and they come in with perseverance and they're really determined towards you to show you that things will be different this time, and really put in that effort, and also show you that these people aren't influencing them anymore, you would give them the green light, because that's how you feel about them. All right, so let's see what's coming up then, and we'll get some messages from them. Four of Swords, so they're in rest and rejuvenation right now, but they're really reflecting. They're in, again, like I said, I feel like they've gone into isolation. They're in solitude right now, and they're really reflecting on things. I think they've been working on their anger management. I think they've also been reflecting on the people that have had too much control over them all their lives. They're recuperating right now, and I think it's like expect to hear from them soon, but right now they're still, it's almost like having these realizations but then really kind of implementing it. They haven't rejoined the world yet, so to speak, but your intuition is correct. So I think that's why you're getting frustrated too, because it's almost like you can feel that they're in your energy and that they're about to reach out, but then when it doesn't happen, you get confused. But I think this person's listening to their intuition. I love that card. This deck, the High Priestess, is so pretty. But as well, I'm just thinking this person, also might think that you see what's happening. Maybe they see you as quite gifted, and maybe again, if they're watching what you post, then maybe you've said things that they're like, that make them think, can you see them or see what they're doing? I just heard remote viewing. Nine of Cups, but wish fulfillment. So for this to be the potential, of what's coming for this connection, this can be a wish come true for both of you. It's more about, and I just noticed her holding that phone. I think they've got their phone in their hand a lot, and they probably write and rewrite messages and never hit send, and that's probably why you get frustrated, because it's like you can feel like you're about to get communication, and then it's crickets, and then you get confused about whether your intuition is just you being crazy. Oh, what's this one? Knight of Pentacles. So he's the slowest moving knight. So again, I think that this person connected to you has wanted to reach out a bunch of times, but they've kept holding themselves back. One, because of the damage they caused here, but two, because they actually also want to be able to I just keep hearing have a future with you. So if they can't find the right words to say, they don't want to say the wrong thing and ruin the potential future that you two could have. I think this person really is in reflection mode right now and trying to figure out how to approach the Fool, but they're about to take a leap of faith. I think they're about to come out of hibernation and come to... The Fool is the beginning of the story. It's a brand new beginning. This person is in reflection right now on how to come towards you. For the Fool to confirm that, they've been isolating, they've been reflecting, and that's why they're nostalgic, and it's like they've realized the stability they had with you, the happiness they had with you. They've been reflecting on it. They know now. When you know, you know. Excuse me. When you know, you know. And they're just going to take that leap of faith. It might even be where they call you, because no matter how they write messages, it never truly expresses what they want to say. So they might end up just taking the plunge and calling. It's like you can't see where she's going to land, but she's still happy. It's like this person just wants to know. Like at the end of the day, they don't want to sit in wondering if you're going to take them back. They're just going to go, I want to know if we can be together. High Priestess. King of Wands. So again, fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I think their intuition is telling them that unless they come in with passion, perseverance, and show that they're truly determined towards you and making this work, that you will not accept them. So just how you had that lion, that courage, for you, again, they're picking up your energy. They're picking up that you see them as having this potential, but unless they come in with that, you're not... Like not just the potential, but being that, embodying that, and actually showing real effort towards you. They know that they have to be in this king energy. They can't be a knight, a page, or a knight. I just noticed as well, he's on the phone. There's lots of phones in this. And maybe as well with that Knight of Pentacles, they want to be financially stable to come towards you too. But it's like it's like I'm chopping, but I'm seeing him as like, see how his hands like he's dominant. He's like, again, fight for what you love, claiming what's yours. 9 of Cups. 7 of Wands. So they're willing to fight for you. In the 7 of Wands, it's like he's got his stick and he's pushing everyone else back, trying to come at him with sticks. So it doesn't matter if it's a mother, a best friend, a sibling, it doesn't matter. They are going to fight for you, and as in fight back these opinions. I think it's opinions and influences and the people that have been controlling and manipulating this whole situation. They're willing to fight for you. They're willing to fight for this 9 of Cups. They're willing to fight for this wish fulfillment with you. Last one. Six of Swords. They want to bring a peaceful resolution to this, moving on to calmer waters. I'm also seeing this as like you two just like Thelma and Louise, just jumping in the car and running off together. You might elope. It might be a situation where, like how I said before, where they might be like, how can I make promises of marriage and stuff when I revoked that same promise before? How can I prove it? So it might even be that when you two come back together, this all happens very quickly. You might just take off on an adventure together and go off somewhere and elope. But they're ready to take off with you. Yeah, Judgment on the bottom. So, yeah, and see as well, they're driving away from the storm. So it's like you want to pick up it's like they want to come pick you up and drive off into the sunset and drive away from this past, like, dark, stormy clouds and that's all the bullshit from the past and all the people that influenced the demise of this. It's like you two are jumping in the car and speeding off into your future and leaving all of those people and all that baggage in the past, moving on to calmer waters. Catch you later. I just heard that, see you later, alligator, in a while, crocodile. Alright. What does this person want to say to you? Exactly. I don't care what people think anymore. They've been too manipulated and controlled by people in their life. I've been given bad advice. Exactly what I've been saying the whole time. I'm listening to my intuition. It's exactly what came out in this deck. I know you are the one. They know you are the one. And they got the one. That, the people controlling them, they're awake to it now. And they're figuring out how to come towards you. They're not listening to these people anymore. They're fighting for what they love. Courageous, persistent, determined. They're not listening to these people anymore. I miss your voice, your laugh, your humor, your touch. I mean, my feelings today. And what did I say? Blast from the past. They've got memories, photos, whatever, videos saved of you, and they're reminiscing, they're nostalgic over all these things. They miss you. I pretend like I don't care wearing a mask, but it's quite the opposite. My feelings for you are a little bit obsessive, so I think that's why they're very close to reaching out. Addictions clouded my vision. So again, when I was talking about enabling, they might have, again, this close friend might have had addictions that they pulled your person into, or enabled your person's addictions, or partook in them, encouraged them to partake in them. But I'm trying to get my life together. So again, they want to bring you a stable offer. They don't want to come in seeming like their life is a mess and that they're bringing that mess to you. My finances are a mess. Oh my God, literally as I said it, I've made bad decisions. I'm in the process of turning things around. They want to bring you a solid offer. They don't want to come in with nothing. But at some point, they're going to realize that they can't have everything be perfect. This isn't over. You haven't heard the last of me. That card makes me laugh. They don't need to have everything perfect. They just need to be determined to, oh my God, these messages are killing me. I fucked up. I don't know what to say to you or how to make this right. So again, writing and rewriting messages are never hitting send, because if they feel like no matter what they write, it doesn't convey how sorry they are and how much they want to show you that they're ready to take accountability and show through time and action that they are wanting to have this future with you and actually follow through on it. You are so smart. You have me figured out. So again, things that you confronted them about that they weren't ready to see yet. how I had that example before, if their mum said something not nice about you and they told you, and then when you went to defend yourself, you got in trouble because it was against their mum, but why tell you what their mum said then, if you just have to sit there and take it? But you were smart enough to know exactly what they were doing and what was happening and how they were being manipulated and controlled by these people, and you called them on it, and they weren't ready to see it yet. But they didn't want you to know that you'd figured it out. But they're not in that energy anymore. I think the finances is a big thing here, especially if they blew up your life. They don't want to come in with nothing, because it's like, if they blew up your life and then they were to show up with nothing, it's kind of like, why would you want them? All right, let's get one of these. Closing messages. Any closing messages for this collective, please? Share the love. All right, let me find this. All right, so this is closing messages for you. So keywords are friendship, celebration, rejoice, and community. So maybe that's if you are having problems with this resentment and bitterness, and it's like you don't want to be sitting in these feelings. It's like, go out, spend time with friends, socialize more, or even just get moving. Like, every time those feelings come in you, instead of being consumed by them, just like leave the house, like just go out or something. And that's not about avoiding your feelings or saying that you're not allowed to be angry over what happened to you. It's about it's not fair on you either to sit in that anger and let it consume you, because you still do want to be happy and get on with your life. You're entering a period of joy and tranquility. So maybe you're about to come to the end of this hard cycle of like feeling this bitterness. However, this card speaks of friendship rather than romance, suggesting that this is an opportune time to connect with friends. For the time being, let go of desires, anxiety, or stress around romantic relationships. Instead, focus on your relationships with your friends. This is advice for you. Turn to them for support if you need it, and find reasons to celebrate with them. Rejoice in the fact that they'll always be there for you and you for them. Community is also important at this time. Get out of your house. I just said that. And away from your own concerns. How can you positively contribute to your community? Reach out to your neighbors. Is there an activity group or support group that you've thought about joining? Do it now. This is a great way to meet new people who could turn into lifelong friends. Feel the joy of connecting with others and sharing your love in that way. So for the time being, while this person's figuring themselves out and gaining the courage to come towards you, do things that are making you happy and pull you out of that negative thought pattern so it doesn't consume you, and go have fun with your friends, or go start I just heard pottery. Go start a class if you've been mulling over for ages, like I've been wanting to do that. Just bite the bullet and go do it, and make some new friends. Or even if it's just going for walks, or going to your local library and sitting at the local library and reading a book. Like, I do that. It's awesome. It's very liberating to do things on your own as well. Going to movies or art exhibitions on your own. I love that stuff. So just take those moments to pull yourself out from being consumed by the negativity, so that you can actually still keep enjoying your life, and take the focus off this person coming back. They'll come back. They'll come in when they're ready to take that leap of faith and put that determination in towards you. So, yeah, hope that helped. Have a good day.